I have no regrets. Not a day has gone by that I thought it was the wrong decision. I was welcomed with open arms. I knew after reading Project 2025 that if Trump got in, it was time for me and my non-binary child to leave the country. And although I was not one of the celebrities who announced that that's what I would do, made the decision within my family and my therapist, and should he win. And then when he did, we made the plan into action, and we were gone before he was inaugurated. It's been heartbreaking, I have to tell you. I knew that if I was in the United States and watched him destroy the country and the Constitution and really pay no mind to any of the laws that the founders stood by and that our country stands for as a beacon of shining light and freedom for the rest of the world, that should he do what the Heritage Foundation said he was going to do in that Project 2025, that we were going to be in big trouble. And it's as bad as they promised and even a little bit worse. And it's been heartbreaking and personally very, very sad to watch. Well, my child was diagnosed with autism when they were 2 years old. And but by the time they were about 8, they were really regressing into themselves. They were isolating much more, and they had no real desire to interact with anyone other than me. And it was becoming a problem. They wouldn't go to restaurants, they wouldn't do anything with their friends at school. They had some friends at school, but they had no interest in having any time with their friends. They spent an inordinate amount of time online, and their drawings, which is one of their obsessions, were getting darker and scarier to me. And I was trying to do everything I could to pull them back in. And I was at the end of my rope. I didn't really know what to do. We had had many, many services and many support groups and many different kind of therapies. Very privileged and lucky to be able to afford everything that was available at the time. But I had no idea that autism service dogs were part of a therapy for children and that they had been so successful with many, many families. I had no idea until Lyle Menendez invited me to visit him in prison, and the men who raised the dogs, the men serving life, uh, introduced me to the program. And I was blown away. I had no idea that they had service dogs for children under the age of 12 who had autism. And I found out about it and I researched it, and I met Russ, the man who runs Guide Dogs of America there in Los Angeles. And he said, "Why don't you come and find out?" Now, I was initially afraid that my child maybe wasn't as deserving as, let's say, a nonverbal autistic child or someone, who had different kinds of challenges. But they have a wonderful vetting process. They come to your house with a service dog. There's a very long, detailed application, and from the teachers in the school and the therapists that you have. And once you pass their application process, it's available to all people for free. And that's what really made me want to announce it to the world, especially to our country, to let people know that if you do have a child and you are at your wits' end and you don't know what to do, this is a service that is for you. It's for free, and it is very, very successful, as it has been with my family.